Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping on by. Heads up, I am not a professional at this. This is a showcase, a developer just trying to help other developers go ahead and learn. Um, but before we get into the code base and all that, I just want to show you guys a quick rundown of it. If you guys remember previously, I had a Python script for searching through your playlist on Spotify. Now I've gone ahead and switched it from just a GUI that you run on a computer to a website. So if you type in this IP, you can go ahead and look it up. Yeah, so you can use it on your phone, your computer. You do have to use www. It has some issues if you don't. So go ahead. I'll leave it in the description below. But yeah, we can go ahead and I already have an account, so we can go ahead and log in. So I have some authentication on the back end just to let you guys create accounts so it knows what Spotify account is with what. It does do some saving on the back end of the profiles and all the playlists, so it can load up like that beautifully. But yeah, so I'll talk to you guys, give a quick showcase as to what it does, how it works, and why I use it. Um, I have 77 playlists. Sometimes I have a song I really like and I don't know where it's at. Maybe I have a song I want to play and want to see if I even have it. A lot of times I don't. Um, or sometimes I just am in the mood for a song and want to see like what different ones have it and which one fits my mood at the moment, right? So it has a lot of different cases, especially for people that love making playlists for different points in their life, for different moods, for a variety of reasons, right? It's really useful. But yeah, uh, I'll talk to you guys also about, let me see if I can type this. Not wrong. Ooh. Hopefully I type it right because it is sensitive, not case sensitive, but it is typing sensitive. So yeah, see, one of the favorite songs of all time. So it's in all these playlists, and yeah, just nice to keep myself organized, right? So we'll talk a little bit more about the actual programming now, just because that's all it really does. Some plans I do want to do in the future. Currently, I don't know if you saw, you can highlight playlists, so I can click on them. What I want to do in the future is let you be able to only search within specific playlists. So, say there's a song stuck in my head, and I'm like, man, I want it to be in these playlists. Do I have it in all of these? And if I don't, I'll know which ones it's not in. So maybe it's only in this one, and these two aren't in it. They'll disappear, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll add them later, right? Um, Other things too, I want to add an artist because it does have collisions with songs that have the similar name but different artists. There's also an issue where songs can have the same name, and or yeah, songs can be the exact same but have different versions. So that's another thing that I kind of have to work on. There's a lot to still do on this, and it is working, but just a reminder that you can take a project as far as you want. Um, let's get into the actual code though. So I'll just go ahead and minimize that. Um, yeah, so this project, all in all, it took me about 3 months, I want to say. Do I have, oh, already in the repo. Okay, cool. Took me 3 months, and it wasn't too bad, but it is a lot of work. It was so we'll talk about me. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the reason I did this was to learn Django and React. Um, so I use Django on the back end, React on the front end. I use Postgres to store everything, and I wanted to learn about servers too. So I ended up hosting it on DigitalOcean, configured the firewall, configured Apache, and a bunch of other stuff, right? Cron jobs, etc., etc. Getting the DNS server to register the name. So things besides programming, that is to say. But it was really cool, really fun. I highly recommend anyone that does web development, depending how far you want to go. Um, there is more to it, right? So if you want to do like IT work or system admin, DevOps, stuff like that, you can look into how do you configure a DNS or what does Apache need to be configured, right? What ports can I have open? How do I secure SSH and all those other things? Um, some recommendations: the doc pages for uh, Apache, Digital, or yeah, DigitalOcean, whatever. They're really good resources to use. Um, if you want to learn Django, I recommend Corey Schaefer. He really helped me do this stuff. And then as for React, again, documentation was really helpful. But yeah, at a certain point, your project is going to deviate significantly and you're going to have to do your own stuff, right? So we'll talk about the backend since that's mainly what was interesting about this project. So to do the authentication, we needed forms, and so we need to make the forms and all that stuff. When we do authentication, Django needs CSRF tokens embedded into the actual website. So if we go here, you go ahead and look, it sends a CSRF token on each request, and it'll check it when you send back the form. Um, Besides that, the other difficult thing was actually storing all the playlist stuff. So, in order to get this to run as fast as it does, right? You click on it, you get 77 playlists. You get each playlist. I mean, I have literally this one has like 20 songs, this one has 20, but some of them have over 1,000, right? And you're not going to want to load over 1,000 songs every time. So when you first register your account, it's gonna do a it's gonna do a API call, get all the songs stored into a database, so that on subsequent calls you're just going through the database and not throttling Spotify. Um, yeah, the other thing it does is checks the snapshot. So you say, "Oh, I made a change to my playlist. I added a song. I deleted a song, etc., etc." It'll check the snapshot that it gets and say, "Does this match?" If there isn't, get all the songs again, right? So that's why literally any song I click on, it's gonna be done in an instant, right? Go here, it's already saved. If it wasn't saved, it'd take forever. So yeah, so on Django, when you do database stuff, you make a model for it. It's just a visualization of all the data it needs. And in order to do all the Spotify calls, I needed a. You don't need a class, but I made a class to organize all the different API requests, right? So user info, getting the playlists, getting their tracks, and if you can go ahead and look at this, none of it is like personal. But yeah, we have some error handling. You have 1,000 songs, it's going to make a lot of calls. What if it drops, right? So in the cases that it doesn't go through, go ahead and retry that API and fetch all the data, right? If it ends up failing after max retries, then handle it some other way, right? Um, it's worked for me. I haven't had an issue since I added that. But yeah, I always do exception handling, especially for uh, things that have to use other software. Um, go ahead and get everything here, get the tracks. All that's cool, right? And then for the views, this is where all the logic is. So we're logging users in. Uh, if they're already logged in, hold on, let me go ahead and read this. Yeah, if they're already logged in, go ahead and log them out. Just a lot of stuff to make the site actually work. Each person is going to have an access token to talk to Spotify, so we're going to save that with each session. That's why we need you to log in. If if I didn't need to have a session key, or it's like save access token and stuff like that, then I wouldn't have an actual like I wouldn't save your stuff. But yeah, continuing on, home is meat and potatoes, right? This is where we're getting all the playlists, and at some point we're checking the snapshot, right? But yeah, secret token, all that stuff. If you guys made it this far, one thing I recommend, um, please store your stuff in environment files or some other form that is not easily accessible. You don't want this stuff shared on your GitHub. You don't want this stuff open to the public. So yeah, I have my stuff saved up right here. Not gonna click on it for obvious reasons, but yeah, we have an expiration for the access token. So like every hour, it's gonna need to refresh. Go ahead and refresh it. Um, yeah, and then over here on the API calls. So this is mainly for the website or the pages, but to get data, I have these views, right? I tried using Django REST. It's really nice for serialization and sending the JSON, but to be honest, it doesn't support asynchronous really well. So I might just change it to normal views and do it that way. I also want to look into like the the view class instead of using functions and stuff like that. But again, projects are never finished. You can take them as far as you want. Great learning experience. For now, I am kind of happy at where it's at. Maybe I pick it up in the future. That's why you comment your code and do all these stuff. But now that we're here, yeah, so it refreshes the playlist. This is what checks for your snapshot, right? So if you see that the snapshot changed, then you can read it. I'm not gonna look at everything, but if you see that the snapshot changed, get all the tracks again, right? So yeah, this is just how you get the data to be shown on the front end. Again, the main important things for the back end: forms for putting it on, or like forms are important because it does the sanitization and things like that. Models for easy ORM translation and like SQL stuff. Views for the actual like logic behind everything, right? Um, I'm really happy with this class, by the way, guys. Insanely happy. Um, but on the front end, for you front end people, I'll go ahead and put a timestamp to this right now. Uh, there is some other stuff that goes on here, right? So this is using React and React Router, right? So we have the home page. This is really where all the difficult logic is happening. We have some landing pages, login, and sign up, and an error page, and then just a little. What the heck is this for? Oof, I don't remember, bro. I'll double check it. But I can double check it right now. No, no, no. I don't want to waste. I don't want to waste your time too much. Um. It's the RCF. Got it. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Just a little Easter egg. Uh, um. Yeah. Homepage. We'll get into the actual stuff. Don't worry. Right now, the biggest stuff was login and sign up. Right. So when we're doing forms, you want to do verification on both the front end and the back end for proper formatting and that uh, the fields are actually filled in. So this class, it gets the CSRF token that's sent from the backend. It's already on the element and puts it into the form, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it includes it in the form. For each input, you want to do some pattern matching. You can do more complicated pattern matching yourself with your own function before on submit, but I just stuck to the HTML version. And yeah, this is pretty cool. Besides that, the other sign up is kind of the same. They're gonna be going to this is so when you sign up, you need to give permission to Spotify, right? So make sure you include that, and yeah, it's gonna have a code on the URL, but I'm not sure how important that is to you guys. If you guys want to go ahead and look more at this code here, go ahead. I am planning to release this to the public. Maybe not now, but in the future. It should be secure enough. I just gotta double check all my work. But now we're going to this for front end development, right? So the home page. If you guys probably saw it, but again, just to show you, uh, the home page, it makes an API call to fetch all the info on playlists, and it makes an API call. So there's two API calls. I don't know if you caught it, but it's one to fetch the playlists and one to refresh them, right? So I'm not running them asynchronously since I am waiting for both, but you have to. This one runs so fast, it's almost insignificant. This one does take a while. So you kind of want your page loaded and you want functionality while this is getting finished, right? It's only affecting the backend, it doesn't matter. But yeah. So yeah, we refresh the playlist, and then another thing too is so the on click that's what does this, and search click is so we have two different clicks, right? Depending on which one it is, we're gonna send different query parameters. So we might send a song name if we type in the actual name, or we send in just uh, we just send in the method of current song for search current. Besides that, let's see. Besides that, we're just going to load in that stuff based on our responses, right? So we're going to set them in two states. We're doing async calls. Yeah. Yeah. Again, I'm not going to go too into details. You can go ahead and look at the code, learn for yourself. If you have questions, go ahead and ask them in the comments. Send me an email. I'll put it in the description below. If you guys want to test this out yourself, again, completely public domain. Go ahead and type this in, and it'll take you right here. If you guys want to log in, it is in beta. So I do need you guys to send me an email with your email that you want to use. Um, once you do that, uh, you need to, let me rephrase. Send me the email you use on Spotify. It needs to be, Spotify needs you to be allowed to use the app. So it doesn't work right now because I already logged in, but um, it's because I don't know, but yeah, it should pop up. This site should pop up with a Spotify URL. It should send you to Spotify to do authorizations for reading your playlists, your profile, and all that other stuff to make the app actually work, right? Once you send me your email, you'll be able to create an account, and once you create an account, you'll be able to log in, and once you log in, you can go ahead and search your playlists, right? So again, thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Uh, like, share, subscribe. Email me, leave a comment. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. Again, rewatch this video if you want to look at the code some more. When I do release it on GitHub, I'll be sure to link it down in the description as well. Have a great day.